Yeah. What's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here continuing to cook up this NBA action, man. Y'all know we do here on the Jam Session. We cook up every single game, every single day, man. Money making Saturday, ladies and gentlemen. Last night, Friday night, was not the night I wanted it to be, man. Y'all know me. I'm always 100% transparent here on this show. I tell you what it is, what it ain't. When I'm hot, I tell you. When I'm cold, I tell you. When I saw the board well, I come in here and I pound my chest. When I lose, I come in here and I tell you I lost. And last night, I lost. I went 1-3 officially on the premium side. I dropped my NBA play of the day. I had the Golden State Warriors straight up on the money line last night. It wasn't a good play. I'll just call a spade a spade. It wasn't a good play. Third game, 4 nights on the road, on a back end of a back-to-back, following an overtime game. Bad play, Jay. I'll admit it, and I'll be better. We are now 2-2 on the NBA Jam Session play thus far this season. Looking to bounce back on that play tonight. Love tonight's NBA Jam Session play. You can scoop that up for $30 over at Pickdawgz Premium. It was a 1-3 official night for me last night. I cashed with the Pelicans, lost with the Grizzlies, lost with the Raptors. So won't let one bad night derail the train. Way too early in the season for that. So just telling y'all what it is, what it ain't. We move on to today, money making Saturday. Yesterday couldn't help us make any money today. So let's do what we do, man, which is kick the crap out of the books, betting hoops. I appreciate each and every one of you that continue to show up, watch these videos. All I ask is that you smash the like button for me. You subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as I always say, man, if you're rocking with me, rock with me. I'm active on Instagram and Twitter all day long. There's a link for both in the description below. And of course, I have premium plays over at the site, man. You can do it however you want to do it. Monthly, seasonal, yearly, daily. However you want to do it at Pick Dawgz Premium, you can do it, man. Bounce back money making Saturday. Let's keep the vibes good, man. Let's keep the vibes good. When I lose, don't come in here, man, bashing me, man. Like, don't come in here bashing me, man. Uplift me. Let's say, Jay, let's get it back. And let's do exactly that, man. Bad vibes don't help anybody. They don't help anybody. So let's keep good vibes. Let's keep our head on straight. Let's do what we do. We're here for a reason. It's because we dominate the NBA and kick the crap out of the book. So let's do that, man. Let's do that, man. Money making Saturday. Without further ado, let's hop right into tonight's NBA action. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get her done. First game on the board. We got your Chicago Bulls out on the road facing the Orlando Magic. Magic are 6.5-point home favorites in this one. Total 232.5. Orlando pooped it last night, man. They led that entire game against the Atlanta Hawks. Terrible fourth quarter. They end up losing that game outright. They are now 0-2 ATS this season. It's kind of crazy, especially for both of those games being at home where we typically love betting the Orlando Magic. This is not a great spot for them tonight, either back end of a back-to-back. This is also their third game in 4 nights. Laying multiple possessions with a team in this situation, you're usually asking for it. I did it last night. I had the Warriors as my top play. And, of course, we saw how that game ended up playing out. Forced to play this game, I would lean towards the Orlando Magic. This is just not a premium-style bet for me. I do believe they are head and shoulders better than the Bulls. I'm still not sure who the Chicago Bulls will be this season. We've only seen them one game thus far this season. They beat the Detroit Pistons to start their season home opener. They were underdogs in that game. I said in that game, I just don't know if I'm ready to lay multiple possessions on the road with Detroit. Chicago ended up coming out there winning that game outright. I want to see what they look like on the road too, though. You know, I do believe Orlando is head and shoulders the better basketball team. I believe this is a top 3 team in the East versus a non-playoff or maybe even a playoff or play-in team in the Chicago Bulls. Not a great spot for Orlando. I recognize that. Not a premium style bet. I do still lean towards Orlando in this game, though. However, we'll see if they have a much better effort tonight. We'll keep it rolling. Next game up, we got the defending champs, our favorite money-making team, the Oklahoma City Thunder Buddies. They're out on the road facing the Atlanta Hawks. Hawks are 6.5-point home dogs in this one. We just talked about the Hawks a second ago. They went into Orlando yesterday and got the job done. They were trailing that entire game, and they had a better third, fourth quarter. I don't like the spot for Atlanta, though. Back end of a back-to-back with travel. playing the defending champs who have not covered yet ATS. But you got to remember, the Thunder Buddies won 54 games last season by double digits. This team is dominant. When they smell blood in the water, man, they're like sharks. And it can get ugly quick. Looking at Atlanta, man, this team has played 8 quarters thus far this season. I've only liked 1.5 quarters from them, from what I've seen thus far. That first game of the season against Toronto was disgusting. And the first half yesterday for Atlanta was not encouraging. Again, they did look good second half, late third, early fourth quarter against Orlando, but you add on the travel, backing of a back-to-back, the Thunder coming in this game with the rest advantage. Thunder looking for their first dominant win of the season. You know, the Thunder, their first 2 games they played this season were both double overtime games. I'm not taking too much from that. You know, first game of the season, banner night, emotions are high. And you got Kevin Durant returning back to Oklahoma City. The Rockets are supposed to be one of the teams that will contend with the Thunder thus far this season, in the West. So I understand why that spot wasn't a great spot for the Thunder. And then their second game out on the road facing the team they just beat in the NBA Finals. You got finals revenge. Just not a great spot in that spot for the Thunder either. But I do think tonight is a good spot. I think they are head and shoulders better than the Hawks. Don't like the spot for the Hawks. I like the spot for the Thunder with the rest advantage. Give me Oklahoma City. This is likely their first double-digit win of the season. I think they take Atlanta behind the woodshed. We'll see what happens. We'll keep it rolling. Next game up, we got the Charlotte Hornets out on the road facing the Philadelphia 76ers. Sixers, favorites in this game. They're laying 4.5, total 237.5. I'm on Charlotte in this one. Remember, Philadelphia was the worst ATS team in the NBA last year. We made buku money blindly fading Philadelphia. And I think they're slightly overrated, slightly overvalued in this game tonight. Nothing here tells me that they should be multiple possession favorites over the Hornets. I like how they played the other night against Boston, and that was a good win for them as underdogs. But with expectations, expecting them to win and win by multiple buckets, I'm not ready to do that yet. The Charlotte Hornets team, I like this Hornets team. I like how they played in their first game. They're going to be one of the more potent offenses this year. Keep an eye on the Hornets. We'll see if the Sixers have enough offense to run with Charlotte in this game. Getting multiple possessions in my back pocket, and when I think it's going to be a very high-scoring game, sign me up. I like the over here in this game, but I like Charlotte plus the points, and I actually like Charlotte outright money line in this one as well. I know VJ Edgecombe came out and went crazy in his first game as a rookie. Tyrese Maxey had 40. And they might get their numbers again tonight. But I like Charlotte. Short, sweet, simple. I like Charlotte. I like Charlotte. That's all I'm saying. I think they have enough firepower, especially offensively, to just outscore Philadelphia. We'll see what happens. Small lean for me on Charlotte. Remember, we're still early in the season. Not a whole lot of spots, not a whole lot of situations. We're still kind of throwing darts. I'm just here to let you guys know my thoughts, my opinions, and how I see the day's action playing out. We'll see what happens in this one. I like Charlotte in this game tonight, though. I want to continue to fade Philadelphia, and I think they're slightly overrated and overvalued because they beat Boston, but I still got who they were last year at the forefront of my mind. Embiid still looks kind of banged up, only 4 points the first game. We'll see what happens in this one. We'll see. Pacers, Grizzlies. Grizzlies 1.5 point home favorites, total 237.5. What the hell was that last night, Memphis? Oh, my God, bro. I had Memphis last night, man. Memphis at home, at the crib Friday night, man. They're of that ilk of stupid, dummy, crazy. We like betting Memphis at home, especially in a spot like that. And they got blitzed. They got ran through. They got taken behind the woodshed. They got embarrassed. They let Miami come in there and do that to them. That's not a good sign. And they're on a back end of a back-to-back, no travel, but with the rest disadvantage in this one, I like what I saw from Indiana in their first game, battling it with the defending champs, the Thunder Buddies. Granted, they were at home, and we know Indiana's a different team, monster and animal at home in Gainbridge Fieldhouse. On the road, they're not as effective. They have the rest advantage in this one tonight. And just, man, I'm going to lean towards Indiana. Last night was super discouraging from Memphis. And low key, we talked about this with Atlanta. We've now seen the Grizzlies play 8 quarters. I've only really liked 2 quarters thus far this season for Memphis. I didn't like that first half they played against New Orleans. They looked better in the second half against New Orleans, but 8 quarters, I've only liked maybe 1.5 quarters for Memphis thus far this season. And I think Indiana, flying under the radar, still slightly underrated and undervalued. I think a lot of people think this team's just going to fall off a cliff because Halliburton's hurt. All that's BS, man. Mathurin's going to take a step this year. Siakam is a dog. And I still think Indiana, with their style of play, will cause plenty of teams issues. I think they likely win this game tonight. I'm going to lean towards Indiana. I just haven't been in love with what I've seen from Memphis through their first 2 games, first 8 quarters of the season. We keep it rolling. Next game up. Last and final game of the night. We got the Denver Chicken Nuggets at home at the crib with the Phoenix Suns rolling in. Nuggets laying 12.5 points in this one, total 233.5. Phoenix comes in this game on a back end of a back-to-back with travel. They got blitzed last night by the Los Angeles Clippers. They now have to travel to Denver, deal with that elevation. Say it with me. The Denver Chicken Nuggets go stupid, dummy, crazy at home, at the crib. Terrible spot for Phoenix. We're laying the points here with Denver. Denver has the rest advantage. They're at home, home opener. Phoenix on a second leg of a back-to-back with travel, heading into the elevation. It's just a terrible spot for Phoenix. I did not like what I saw from them whatsoever last night. They didn't have an offensive cohesiveness. Kind of the same thing with Phoenix, man, where it's now we've seen them play 8 quarters, and I've only liked 2 of the 8, and that was the second half against Sacramento. That first half against Sacramento was nasty. They were getting blown out. They were losing by 20 points in that game. Early in that game, they fought back in the second half, won and covered. But if you play like that in the first half against Denver, you're going to lose this game by 30 to 40 points. And then you add on everything else here. We understand why the Nuggets are double-digit favorites in this one. We trust Denver at home. We love them. They go stupid, dummy, crazy at the crib. We're going to lay the points with the Nuggets here in our last and final game of the night. And that concludes another episode of Jay's NBA Jam Session. Man, I appreciate each and every one of you that continue to tune in, watch this show, watch these episodes, and everything that I do here at Pickdawgz. As I always say, man, all I ask is that you smash that like button for me. You subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as I always say, man, if you're rocking with me, rock with me. I'm active on Instagram and Twitter all day long. There's a link for both in the description below. And of course, I have premium plays over at the site. The premium plays, those are the plays I personally have the most money on the daily. Last night was not the night I wanted it to be, man. I did go 1-3 officially. Dropped my NBA play of the day. I had the Golden State Warriors. It just wasn't a good play. Third game, 4 nights. I thought they could overcome it. I thought they had the firepower to overcome it, and the main guys were playing, Curry, Draymond, Jimmy. They couldn't overcome it. Shout out Portland. Portland played them tough last night. Looking to bounce back on that play today. We are 2-2 on that play thus far this season. We also had the Grizzlies. That was just a bad play last night. They just didn't show up. Our other 2 plays, we had the Raptors. Hey, that was a good game. They just couldn't close out Milwaukee late fourth quarter. The one we won was the New Orleans Pelicans. Solid win there. It was a sweat, but it was a good call. Good win. Looking to keep some of that momentum rolling forward. So that was my night last night, just trying to be completely transparent, 100% transparent. I don't sugarcoat shit, man. I tell you exactly what it is and what it ain't. Bounce back night for me, man. We just covered all 5 games for today. Hopefully we go 5-0. If you believe me, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. You can scoop up my NBA player of the day link in the description below. Man, it's been your guy, Jay Briggs. I appreciate y'all more than y'all know. Again, smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It's been your guy, man. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'm out of here. Peace.